Hello world, this is the Starship program. My name is Nadir Bagaviyev. I am designing and building the Starship. This video is dedicated to propulsion. First of all of the propulsion candidates that I will be talking about today are based on Newton's third law. And the most likely candidates are photonic laser thruster, ion engines, and what I call direct nuclear drive. So photonic laser thrusters are a concept of a laser attached to the back of the Starship, shining a laser on a reflector mirror that is free floating in space. Reflector mirror under the energy of the laser is propelled one way and the Starship is propelled the other way. The second one is ion engines. The ion engines or ion thrusters are already being used on satellites for station upkeep. And what they are essentially a linear accelerators of ions that are accelerated in an electrostatic field. Currently, the most powerful ion engines have the voltage difference of approximately 20 kilovolts, and the Starship most likely will fly on ion engines with the difference of 1 megavolts or larger. This is enough to propel ions or small particles to speeds very close to speed of light, which is necessary to propel the Starship itself to some degree of speed of light, approximately 30% or 0.3 C, to achieve the next star within 120 years. And the third one is direct nuclear drive. You can think of it as miniaturized Orion project, where you have the stack of fissile material that is made in a form of hemispheres or in a parabolic shape. When you create a stack large enough, it reaches the near critical levels where neutron flux is so large that if you add more, it will undergo a nuclear chain reaction. But the stack is below that level and it creates a very large neutron flux with focal point somewhere within the hemisphere or parabola. At the same time, small fissile material pellets, and most likely both of them are going to be plutonium-239. Fissile pellets are pushed through the orifice within the hemisphere stack and are reaching the place where the focal point of neutron flux is the highest, undergoing nuclear reaction or fission. Half of the particles of this nuclear fission will propel the Starship forward, while the other half is openly flying into space. Moreover, the neutron flux from the reaction will create even more reaction in the outer layer of the stack, aiding propulsion. Eventually, the outer layer of the stack will become contaminated by products of nuclear reaction and they will become depleted. So they are removed from the outside, recycled. The pure fissile material goes back into the stack from the back, while nuclear waste is pelletized within the pellet. So nuclear waste actually is thrown out, and although it will not participate in a nuclear reaction, it will aid in propulsion. So these are three most likely candidates, with direct nuclear drive being most likely one. The reason for that is that these two are much less efficient because there is a very large amount of conversions of energy in order to convert nuclear energy into propulsion. For example, in photonic laser thruster, nuclear energy is converted into enthalpy, an internal energy of steam or another working material. Then it's converted into kinetic energy of turbine. Then it's converted into an electrical energy. After that, it's converted into a light energy, and only after that, it's converted into a kinetic energy of propulsion. In ion engines, again, you have nuclear energy converted into enthalpy of the fluid into a shaft power, into an electrical power, and only after that into kinetic energy that aids the propulsion. In direct nuclear drive, nuclear energy is directly converted into velocity, where this nuclear reaction is captured by the Starship in a form of the speed of the particles that are coming out of that nuclear reaction. So here we can say that this is the one that we will be choosing to work on the most, while we will also be working on ion engines, because this is more clean form of propulsion that most likely will be used within the solar system, and this one will be used outside of at least Earth orbit, so it does not contaminate the Earth atmosphere with products of nuclear reaction. Also, ion engines, being linear accelerators, may lead to a breakthrough in thermonuclear power, where instead of just throwing the particles into space, you impact a target, creating a thermonuclear reaction within the target, producing heat that can be used to produce the energy, electrical energy or other energy used by humans. So this is a video on the Starship propulsion. I am Nadir Bagaviyev, the Starship commander. End of log.